Well, my name's Glenn. I work at the RAC as a learning development consultant, and I look after the building e-learnings as well as looking after the learning management system. And our company does focus around 4,000 colleagues within the business, and some of those are field-based as well. So my role is actually generating learning out of the business, but also as well as administrating and looking after the learning management system on a daily basis as well, to make sure all our colleagues out there are completing their essential learning as well as any other learning within the business as well. First started working with Digits many moons back when I joined the learning development team, and we actually had a learning management system on board at the time which was used for our patrol force. However, we wasn't aware of that, and we started looking into the mix of what learning management system we could use for the business. However, a little bird told us that there was one in place for our patrols, so we looked at it and we looked at what facilities it had on board and how it could actually be used within the actual centres and also out in the field as well. So working with Digits, we bought the LMS moving forward for the field agents as well as our centre staff, and we moved the LMS to where it is going in the future. What I like about Digits is they are very personal, they are very family. They may look small in a small entity, however, through RAC, although we're a big entity, they look after us like we're their only customer. They deal with us directly, they're very family orientated, they will answer the call very personally, they're on the phones at all times, and they look after us from a business point of view. The influence to move to GLOT is again, RAC, one of our brands is innovation. So we again, liaising with Digits again for the GLOT system, that is all about innovation, it is moving ahead with the times. So with the new platform, it's got a lot more things in there technologically wise which we can adapt to. With learning journeys, gamification, it's things that we are crying out for as a business. So moving on to the new platform is going to help us move forward in the future. Yeah, implementation business, it's been I expected it to be honest, very hard. However, my mind's been turned. We have regular meetings every week. The implementation process has been very smooth. We have inputted as much as we can from a business point of view, what we require. However, Digits have then moved around and done it for us. Any issues or anything that we come up with testing, we've been on the ball with them, and they've answered the query straight away, and then we've moved on towards our testing phase to move towards the migration phase. For implementing the solution for the LMS, what we see as business, now one of the things that we need to be covered by is we have to be FCA compliant, and that comes down to our essential learning. And our essential learning figures throughout the business are hitting around on average about 90% of completion rates of the business. What that means from an FCA point of view, our colleagues are actually on the ball, actually moving forward. Although we have a 10% mark where we should actually feel to get 100%, which is the big key one, again, different changes in the business, different learning aspects, field agents and so on, it's hard to get that mix to become 100%, but the 90% mark does move us forward, definitely within the business of the FCA compliance. Yes, GLOT is going to be adapted to all parts of the business. What the ideal thing about it is that with GLOT, we can adapt to our business areas. So the business areas can have an idea what they want to bring forward. We can get that implemented with GLOT. And what that means is specific web pages built in with GLOT for the learning for their certain style of the business. And also as well, what it means again is that innovation and moving forward, utilities that can be used within the business. So our sales and service team can use it throughout the business for their learning records, as well as digital management of their records as well. So it again can help the business move forward and get away from the old paperwork editions which we used to be many years ago. We have literally the mobile app which has come available to us. What that means is out in the field, our patrols or our direct sales team can actually do their learning or their coursework on the actual mobile app. What that means is because we're in the world where the 3G network and the 4G network is not the best signal throughout all areas of the UK where our guys can be administered to, what that means is they can do their learning directly on the phone, and this will save offline. Once they get a better signal or they move into a different area or they connect up to a Wi-Fi network, it will copy their results across directly. So again, they can do it offline, which makes the business a whole lot easier, especially for when we look at how we distribute out our learning to the guys out in the field to make sure downtime is to a minimum. For another organisation, again, implementing simpler solution, again, for their business, our learning management system, especially moving on to the GLOT system as well, it is innovative. It's also as well, Digits are a very great provider. They look after the customer. You will speak to them on a daily basis. They will implement it for you, and they're always open to suggestion. Again, moving forward within the learning and development area, these guys know what they're talking about. They can liaise with you and make a whole lot of difference. And again, from a company down maybe to 10 to 4,000, 8,000, these guys can cope with that business, no problem at all. My overall experience with Digits has been very pleasant and very rewarding. We have a great response. We have a great presence with Digits, where again, innovation and moving forward with the future, Digits are there and they represent us as well. It is a family environment. We speak to Digits daily and we're very personal with them, and it feels like they're part of the RAC. Although they are the third-party provider for our learning management system, they are very good at what they do, and on a daily basis or even on a weekly basis, we speak to the guys directly, from the support team to the guys who are managers and so on, and everything does run smoothly. Even down to be invited down to the office and see what they're actually doing and innovation-wise, and anything we want, we can go to Digits and ask. They will always come back with an answer. Even if it's not possible, there's always workarounds of what can be done in the future. It's a wrap.
Get in contact with us to find out how we can make learning brilliantly simple for you and your organisation.